Hey. Yes, I am out here on the beach walking, feeling good. I just knew I had to get out. I had to get out and go for a beach, and I woke up a little later today. And then waking up a little later, I was like, how am I going to do the 7 minute Monday motivation? And guess what? I make the rules. Shout out to Sheila Jackson, Jackson McCrae. She makes the rules, is our tagline. But I make the rules. And so since I make the rules, I'm doing the Monday motivation out here on the beach. And something told me that it's time to have this conversation with y'all. It's time to have the conversation about always constantly being on that hamster wheel and on that grind. I am watching so many people being on that grind, including myself in the past being on that grind. And when you're on that grind, that puts you into survival mode. And if you're in survival mode, there are a lot of things that you are not going to be able to focus on. You will not be able to shift. You will not be able to pivot because you won't even have the breath and the air to see things differently because you'll be focused constantly with the things that are in front of you. And when you're focused constantly with the things that are in front of you, then you cannot be open to the things that might be in your peripheral, to that inspired inspiration, to the things that might not be in your regular day to day because you're constantly grinding. Like me, I love situations like this where I do a pattern interrupt. And when I had this pattern interrupt on my way to the beach, I just had this vision um, of of doing something differently. I'm coaching tonight. We have our group coaching on building out our monthly goals for the month of October, and I just got a vision of things that I'm going to speak about tonight. And truly believe that was because I was in a pattern interrupt. When you give yourself that chance to breathe, you will have the opportunity. Hey, shout out. I'm seeing, I don't know if I can see the chat. Let me see if I can see the chat. I can't see the chat because I'm on my phone, but I pray that you guys are hearing me. I pray that you are getting this message because the importance of getting off the hamster wheel um, is something we can't ignore right now. We cannot ignore that. And there's been this culture I've noticed over the last several years of constantly going, constantly moving. And yeah, you might be winning, and yeah, you might be getting your life tight and living your best life, but are you enjoying your life? With all the things that you're doing, with all the things that you have on your plate, are you thoroughly enjoying your life? And my objective as a coach and as a leader is to coach individuals into finding the space in your life, the space between the goals, the space within the dreams that give you an opportunity to enjoy it. Because oftentimes we get so caught up in having the thing that we aren't even enjoying having the thing. And so, in my mind, I feel like it's so important to keep that in the forefront of your mind, keeping it in the forefront of your mind. Because even for me, there's been times when I'm going through some things and I'm just constantly thinking, what's the next thing I can get? How can I build this out? Where am I going to be speaking next? When is my book going to be released? And you're on that grind, but you're not really enjoying it. And if you're not enjoying it, that goes back to the self-care workshop that I always do. If you're not enjoying life, a lot of times you are stressing about life. And if you're stressing about life, you're causing cortisol to enter your bloodstream. Look at this view, I'm sorry. You're causing cortisol to enter your bloodstream. And when that cortisol enters your bloodstream, there's so many other things that happen with your health. And so when I talk about getting off the hamster wheel, I don't mean not doing the things that you want in life, not going after your goals and dreams, but I mean going after them with grace and ease. How can you say, this is my goal? This is an intense goal that I want to have. And how can you go about it with grace and ease? And that's where I come in. That's the type of work that I do. I coach women into designing the life that they want with grace and ease. Grace and ease is like such the fuel, it's the through line. So think about that this week. What is your baseline? Are you navigating your life with grace and ease, or are you simply grinding it out? What is your baseline when you're going after the things that you want in your life? Like, since grace and ease is on my, my main filter, the something happened this weekend where I was not feeling well. I had two, actually three events that I had to do, and I just was not feeling well, wasn't feeling my best. My blood glucose had spiked. I do not know what's going on. I'm pre-diabetic, but we about to nip that in the bud. But what I had to do is I decided to not go to these other two events. Actually, it was three. I couldn't. I was not feeling well, and I could have pushed myself. I really could have pushed myself, but I felt like it was more important for my self care. Now, is that conducive to my bottom line? No. My bottom line, I have a very busy day to day. I'm coaching, and we're recording some things for Jackson McCrae. But at the end of the day, I knew that I needed to take care of myself, and it was because my baseline is grace and ease. So I want to encourage you to reconsider what that baseline, what that filter is that you're navigating life, and know that you deserve to have it all, and you deserve to have it without losing yourself. And I want to invite you to join me on that journey to go after the things that you want without losing yourself. And if you're wondering, how do I do that? If you're trying to figure out what are the strategies to do that, because all I know my whole life is rise and grind, reach out, go down in my DM. I'm doing strategy calls over the next 2 weeks because I've opened enrollment to my private coaching program, and I'm only inviting 8 women to be into that group for the next 90 days. So I will get you through the holidays and into January, and you'll be able to create a new system for yourself with achieving more with less effort. All right. I love you. Go out and make it an amazing